Hello, so this is the Modern Warfare Iceberg. At the top are well-known facts, and the lower layers being lesser known. Also, huge props to the creator of the Iceberg, 9x19. Anyways, let's just get right into this. Poor Black Ops Cold War integration. On December 16th, Season 1 of Black Ops Cold War, all weapons, blueprints, and operators became available in Warzone. Unfortunately, almost all of the attachments didn't do what they said they did, and there were major balancing issues like the DMR, MAC-10, FAR, AUG, and M16. SBMM. Skill-based matchmaking is a matchmaking system where you get pitted against other players of similar skill. It is very public knowledge that Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Warzone all have skill-based matchmaking, but Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Activision have never officially confirmed nor denied it. Bad map design. When Modern Warfare released, it was heavily criticized for its bad map design, as almost every single map was far bigger than they needed to be, with most maps being overly complex, with far too many places for people to hide. Because of the backlash, many of the DLC maps were made to fit the more classic 3-lane COD map design. 725 stats at release. On the release of Modern Warfare, the 725 may have been the most broken and overpowered weapon in Call of Duty history, only being rivaled by the Akimbo models from Modern Warfare 2. You could get one-shots from up to 20 meters. And let's just say, if you played at the beginning of the game, you know, it took them a couple months to fully nerf the gun into a respectable position, but it later came back when you used the sawed-off barrel with the monolithic suppressor. Russia did the Highway of Death controversy. In the campaign mission Highway of Death, Farah states that the Russians bombed the highway, killing people trying to escape, but in reality it was the American forces, Canadian, British, French, and of course American, that bombed the highway, killing many civilians as collateral. I think you could see why this was an issue, and was one of the main reasons the game was banned in Russia. Attention to weapon details. Upon release, Modern Warfare was praised for its attention to detail, especially in its weapons department. I don't really want to talk on this much further because I know absolutely nothing about weapons or firearms, but there's a ton of videos that go into much greater detail, so I'll link them in the description. Can't see all black Rose skins. At tier 100 of the Season 5 Battle Pass, you unlocked Rose's Rook skin. She was fitted in an all-black suit along with a black mask. Players quickly found issue with the skin, as in Warzone it was incredibly hard to spot in shadows and windows, making it much harder to rush buildings, as by the time you spotted a Rose skin, it was most likely too late. The skin was left unpatched till the Black Ops Cold War Season 2 update. The Embassy mission equals Benghazi. The campaign mission The Embassy bears quite a few similarities to the movie 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, from being set in an American building being attacked. The attackers coming from a field, using flares to light up said attackers, and using mortars to take down waves of incoming enemies. They're both quite similar, and COD likes to borrow from movies a lot, so it's not too surprising, but yeah. Jack 12 released too early. The Jack 12 being added was not mentioned in the patch notes, but I don't think it was released too early, considering there's a lot of other weapons and attachments and just a lot of stuff that's not mentioned in the patch notes. Modern Warfare did not have the best patch notes, actually not even close. They're just horrible. The patch notes were terrible, but anyways, let's go into the next topic. Sixth Sense and Blindsided accommodation in the same match. The Sixth Sense medal was broken, giving it to everyone after a match, making it possible to get both Blindsided and Sixth Sense in the same game. AS-Val SPP Meg's Infinite Wall Penetration. With the Season 6 update, the new weapon, the AS-Val SAML conversion, had the ability to shoot through any wall in the game without reducing the damage. This made it borderline broken with the snapshot grenades, and Hardcore Search and Destroy was practically unplayable until they patched it a couple weeks later. C4 nerf. In the Season 6 update, they heavily nerfed the C4, adding a slight delay to its detonation time, but most importantly, reducing the initial thrown velocity by 30%. This may not seem like a lot, but it completely broke the C4, making it not very useful, especially in Warzone. Map Easter eggs. Cheshire Park, Winter Docks, Livestock, Station, Trench. Piccadilly, and more all have unique map Easter eggs. While being cool, they're practically impossible to pull off in a regular game. Typos and blueprint descriptions. There's several typos in the game, not just in blueprint descriptions, but usually they get patched out a couple weeks after their inclusion. I mean, Infinity Ward are humans, everyone's bound to make a mistake from time to time. Uzi max speed glitch. In Season 5, the Uzi with the short barrel Merc foregrip and no stock had a movement speed of 110%. For reference, the Kali Stick's the fastest melee weapon in the game, only had a movement speed of 103.5%. Sadly, this was nerfed a couple months later. Season 7 weapons and survival. For the longest while, you can unlock the CX-9 SMG, Psychov pistol, and RAL LMG in regular multiplayer matches and play with them in survival. It's not the best mode, but it's cool to play with the weapons once or twice. Infinite Stim glitch. This is by far the worst glitch in Warzone. Some way, somehow, people manage to get an infinite amount of stim shots, sit in the gas all game, and win by constantly healing. It's pretty annoying to lose to someone by this glitch, but it's only as bad as it is because it keeps coming back into the game with every other update. I mean, if you ask me, they should just completely remove stims from the game. They're pretty useless, and if they took them out of the game, there wouldn't really be any downsides. The game's just simply better. License D12 in campaign. In the campaign, the R90 has its real license name, the DP12, but in multiplayer, the gun's name is changed to the R90. It's most likely some legal reason, but I'm not the biggest legal expert, so I don't really want to talk on it. Art book Kruger skin. This Kruger skin, I'm gonna be honest, looks exactly the same as the normal one, maybe a slight difference in the pattern, but it practically looks the exact same. I can barely see a difference. I don't really know why this is on here. P90 blueprint without the ejection port. Yeah, it's a P90 blueprint without the ejection port. I really don't have much to say here. I'm not the biggest gun expert, but it's probably just a mistake. Door locking. Yeah, there's a way to lock doors. It's not as bad as it sounds, but I'll just let the video play.
It's working! Dude, literally, I can do nothing. Okay.
Well, I already had it closed.
Yeah, but I want to do it myself. Okay. Yeah. It works. That's awesome.
Season 5 vehicle server crash. With the Season 5 update, you can now crash an entire Warzone lobby with a vehicle. This made Warzone borderline unplayable for a little while, until they finally fixed it about a week later. OG Blueprint. In Season 0, the reward for reaching level 155 was the OG Blueprint for the M4A1. It was made to look like the M4 from COD 4. Unfortunately, I didn't reach level 155 for that season, so that sucks, but to be fair, it doesn't look too good compared to other blueprints that were released later on. Piccadilly out of bounds glitch. I mean, I don't really have much to say here. It's an out of bounds glitch on the worst map in the game, so yeah, that's it. Pitch black nuke victory screens. Okay, I looked up this one a ton, but I just couldn't find anything on this, so if anyone knows anything, it would be nice if you left it in the comments. OK gesture removed. A bunch of 4chaners said that the OK gesture was used by white supremacists, and eventually it got big enough that Infinity Ward removed it from the game. So yeah, it was just a big troll. They still haven't added it back, so it is what it is. Oil can on the 357 in campaign. Yeah, you can make a cursed 357 in the campaign. Pretty weird, but not much to talk about on this one. St. Petrograd AFK XP farm. This was a method for gaining battle pass progression and XP whilst being AFK on St. Petrograd in survival. Unfortunately, this was discovered while survival was still a PlayStation exclusive, so that sucks. Azir is an Alcatala double agent. I haven't seen a single thing that suggests there's any validity to this. I mean, his wife and family were murdered by the Butcher, so I really don't think this is plausible. Young Farah knows how to use a speed loader. In the mission Hometown, when you are given the revolver, if you empty it, young Farah will use the speed loader to reload it. I'm not sure how she knows how to use a speed loader, but at the same time, she did kill someone with a screwdriver, so 2v2 gunfight alpha with streamers. For the Modern Warfare multiplayer premiere, selected streamers were able to play the alpha for the 2v2 gunfight mode in order to build hype for the game. No minimap in beta. For Infinity Ward's original vision, there was no minimap in the game, and when the beta was released, people just did not like the idea of a Call of Duty game without the minimap. So Infinity Ward met the community halfway, adding in a minimap, but enemies who were shooting would not appear on it. D-Day Border Skin Rename. On July 14, 2020, Infinity Ward renamed the Border War D-Day skin to Home at the Range. The skin's description was, show them the error of their ways and make them pay with D-Day's Border War Operator skin, so you could see how this might have been a little bit problematic. Aiming stability tightens recoil. Aiming stability does not impact your recoil, but does reduce idle sway, making your gun feel more accurate. Full auto FAL conversion rumors. A while back, a fully auto weapon perk for the FAL was leaked, but never made its way into the game, probably because the FAL was at the height of its popularity in Warzone at the time, being extremely powerful, and making it fully automatic would just break the game. Modern Warfare 2 Invasion outside of Euphrates Bridge playable area. Out of bounds on Euphrates Bridge, the Modern Warfare 2 map Invasion could be seen. Many thought that this was hinting at the map's addition as future DLC. Unfortunately, the map was never added into the game. Optics gave recoil reduction in beta. Okay, I remember that there was an optic that gave recoil control in the beta, but I just could not find any images or any videos on it. So if anyone has a link to a picture or a video of someone using it, I would appreciate it if you left it in the comments. Aaron Beck's Zombies concept art. In the very early stages of Modern Warfare, there was work being done in the Zombies mode, but it was cancelled as it didn't fit the game's realistic tone. On June 30th, 2020, Aaron Beck released some concept art for the cancelled mode on his Instagram. Unreleased G28 referenced in files. The G28 was found in the game files and suspected to be released with the Season 4 update. Unfortunately, that never happened, and to this day it still hasn't been released. Snapshot grenade based off one of Joel Emsley's daughter's toys. I have no idea where this is coming from, but the snapshot is based off a disco ball toy which senses the ground with IR sensors and flies with a pair of propellers. Sameta Farms. This one says don't research, but it's not that bad. It's just another name for farmland that would occasionally show up on the PC builds of the game. Yeah, it's not that interesting. Florida map seen in trailer never released. In the reveal trailer for Modern Warfare, the map Florida could briefly be seen. It never made its way into the game because the backlash over the map design. Ram 760 round 9mm drum. Despite the 9mm rounds being playable in gunfight, they were never added to the Ram 7. Fuel bomb killstreak in pre-release files. The fuel bomb killstreak could be found in the files of the game and looks very similar to the airstrike from previous COD games. It's unknown why this was cut though. Deadman Switch field upgrade in pre-release files. Deadman Switch would be similar to Marathon and Last Stand from previous COD games, and I'm sure you could see why this was scrapped for the full release. Scrapped player mounting system. The devs considered adding a system where you could help other teammates scale obstacles similarly to Warface and mount up on teammates. Helmet cam spectator mode. There were plans to add a helmet cam spectating option, but for some reason it was never added to the game. It would have looked like footage seen in game trailers. Normal AK with Romanian dong grip in dev builds. In dev builds of the game, the AK would have had a built-in grip. This was scrapped for balancing reasons. Planned deployable ladder for multiplayer. Early on in development, there was plans for a deployable ladder similar to the deployable cover we currently have in the game. It was presumably scrapped because it would be too hard to create.
Yeah, that's the end of the Iceberg. Thank you if you sat through that entire thing, and if you would leave a comment with some feedback, that'd be pretty nice, because this is my first real video, so yeah, bye.